This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and today we are taking a look at Streets of Rogue. I know you've already seen gameplay on this, but today I'm here to give you all of the info you need to make a choice whether or not you feel this game is worth your time and investment, because it is an early access game. Before we jump into things, let's take a look at what the Steam store says about this game. Fight, sneak, and hack your way through randomly generated cities. It's like Nuclear Throne meets Deus Ex mixed with the anarchy of GTA. Rogue-lite meets immersive sim and goes completely insane. That sounds pretty accurate, but what does all of that mean? Well, I'm here to tell you. The game consists of different characters with different abilities, and you get to pick which character you want to play, and then you are tossed into randomly generated levels with missions that you must complete. These missions can be anything from finding and rescuing a person and taking them back to the beginning of the level, your normal escort style mission, to collecting an item or just killing someone. The thing that really causes this game to shine, though, compared to other games that are similar to it, is that it gives you the opportunity to complete those missions in pretty much any way you could think of, and the results are almost always spectacular. For example, if you need to destroy an item, you can bust through the door, guns blazing, shooting everybody, and just murder everybody in your path, destroy the item, and leave. Or you can go sneaky style and blink through a wall and take out the item without anybody ever noticing. You could knock out everybody and then take out the item that way and nobody ever notices. I mean, there's just so many different ways that you can play this game that no matter what you do, it's just tons of fun. And it does include multiplayer, so you can team up with your friends and complete these missions together. Currently, the game has 20 characters for you to choose from and unlock. You start off with your base character and you have to unlock the others as you go along by doing specific things, but the creator has plans to add more characters and give you the ability to create your own, which I honestly cannot wait for. Each of these characters has their own abilities, their own starting items, their own stats, and specific way of doing things. For example, if you're going to play the gorilla, you're really not going to play very sneakily and try to blink through walls and stuff like that. However, if you play something like the thief or the assassin, you would be in much more of a stealth type role. Now, you don't have to play that way. You can easily go on a murdering spree with the thief or the assassin if you want, but you don't have to, and it's much easier to play that style of gameplay with that specific character. Not only do you unlock characters as you play, but you also unlock rewards and traits. The rewards are items that you get each time you complete a mission, and unlocking them increases the pool at which they are generated from, and the traits work much the same way. When you start out, you are only going to have a few traits to choose from each time you level up, but as you unlock more, those trait options will increase. The game also currently gives you the ability to use mutators, which change up the way the game plays. So for example, you could choose the Everyone Hates You mutator, which will cause most people when you start a level to be hostile towards you. These mutators are a fun way to increase the difficulty of your game or make it easier depending on what you would like. The other thing that I think is great about this game is that the developer takes part in the community for the game, constantly lets you know what's going on, answers questions, and all of that other good stuff. Also, since I've obtained the game, I've gotten about a patch a week, give or take maybe a week or two in between some, but I mean, you know that the game is being developed, so you know that if you buy this game, the money is actually going towards the development of the game, and it's not one of those situations where you pay for it and you wait for months and months on end to get a patch, and then the patch is just a couple of bugs bug fixes. And all parts for the community for this game can be accessed through the game's menu. Once you're in game, if you hit escape, right on the left hand side you have the option to click buttons for the devlog update, and you can see when the most recent patch was, and you have buttons for the game's webpage, the forums, the developer's Twitter, the game's wiki, as well as a connection to the Discord channel. So everything you need to take part in this game's community and be part of its development is right there at your fingertips. Now, before we get into the cons of this game, and it does have some cons, I want to show you one level of gameplay. So let's take a look at that real quick. So here we are in your home base. This is where you unlock items, have your buddy come to play with you, learn the tutorial or play the tutorial, add your mutators, all of that good stuff. When you actually want to begin the gameplay, you go over here to the elevator and you hit E to activate it, and then you pick your character. So let's see, what do we want to play for this one? Let's play the cop. So we're going to hit E to accept, and that is going to throw us into the game. Now, one thing that I want to point out here that is when you die, that is it. You have to start over. Now, you keep everything that you've unlocked, but you have to start over each mission. So if you get to the second tile set, aka the second level, and you die, then you will have to start back over at the first level, aka first tile set. And you can see here on our mini map that we have little arrows showing us where our missions are. So our first mission is over here, and we have to neutralize this guy. Now, when I talk about different ways of gameplay, there's a lot of different ways to neutralize somebody. We could kill everybody in here. If we were the doctor, we could knock people out. We could just knock this guy out. That would count as neutralizing him. But we are the cop, so what I should be able to do is just come over here and arrest him. Everybody's just going to stand around and watch. And there you go, we've completed that mission. Now I'm just going to hit E to pick up these different items here, and we actually unlocked, or I should say the items that we picked up will actually allow us to unlock this door, so we can use this key and we can come in here and we can use the combination and unlock his safe and rob him of all of his goods. So if we hit the tab menu, that's going to bring up our map and show us our big map and show us all of our stuff. It's going to show us the rewards that we get for completing the item. If we hit Q, that brings up our little menu here to show our different items in our inventory. We actually started with a pistol, so we can drag that and drop that into slot 1 there. And if I hit 1, I can actually equip that pistol, and then I can hit 1 again to unequip the pistol. So let's go over here and check out these other arrows and see what we have to do for this mission. So once again, we have another neutralize. We have to neutralize 2 people this time. And the neutralizing the people can be on pretty much anybody on the level from what I've seen. So there's cameras in this. All cameras have a blind spot, which is right up close to them. You can see the like little purpley sparkly things to show you where the camera is currently seeing. So right now this camera can't see me, and I'm just gonna knock it out. If it had saw me, this turret would have shot at me, but I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out as well. And of course this person now wants to attack me. We're gonna go ahead and kill him. And we took a little bit of damage there. You can see my health up here at the top, but we can take care of that by eating this hamburger, get us some of our health back. I'm going to shoot this. You can pretty much destroy anything. Walls, you can also destroy walls, but those usually are destroyed when you blow them up or knock someone through them. So we're going to shoot this guy as well, just neutralize him real quick. And this one will probably get blown up depending on whether or not that I can disarm this door. And we failed miserably at disarming it. Luckily we did not die, but he died, which counts as neutralizing him. We leveled up and gained our health back. So that worked out relatively well, to be honest. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to destroy these lasers so that I can go through here and get these goodies that were dropped and open this chest. And then now that we have completed the missions, that's it for this level. We can leave pretty easily if we want. All we have to do is exit the building, you tap the control button, and it beams you right to the elevator to exit. But if we hit tab, you can see that there's other stuff in this level that we may want to go and check out. There's drug dealers, which are going to sell you different items. There's the ammo dispenser, so we could refill our gun. There's a chest that we missed here, there's a shopkeeper, there's a cloning machine which we can clone ourselves or our items, a sellmatic so we can sell the stuff we have in our inventory, or a bartender. Just tons of other things that you can explore throughout the mission so you don't have to leave immediately. You can prepare yourself for the next level. And if we have everything that we wanted and we're ready to leave this level, all you have to do is go to the elevator and hit E and activate it, and it tells you, our stats for that floor. We can hit E to continue, and we did level up, so we do get to pick a trait, and we have 3 different traits to choose from in this. So let's do the bigger bullets because we're a cop and we have a gun, so why not? And now it's gonna load the next floor. And here we are at the next floor. You can see that it's the slums too, so it is the same tile set, and we only have 2 missions to complete on this one as well. Now that we have had a look at some of the gameplay and you have a good understanding of what this game has to offer, let's talk about some of the cons. The biggest con I have with this game is that the content is not really balanced. You have more features than you have actual playable content. And what I mean by that is the tile sets for the levels. There are only 2 tile sets, a total of 6 levels. You play on each tile set for 3 levels. And this is kind of disappointing because just about the time you start to really get into the game and start to really have a good time, you end up completing it and you're back at base, and the only thing there is to do is to replay it over. Now, the levels are randomly generated, so the level itself will never be the exact same. However, the missions pool is not a very big pool that it pulls from when it's generating the missions, and all of this starts to become apparent after you play through the game a few times, and it really starts to compound on itself and make the game feel extremely repetitious. Also, the levels themselves don't really get any harder as you progress. The 3rd level on each tile set has a disaster, which provides a really good challenge. It's also kind of like your boss level without you actually having to fight a boss. But all of the other levels don't gain any real difficulty and actually become much easier to play through as you unlock new characters, rewards, and traits. Now, is all of this really bad? Is it really bad for the game? Not really, because it is an early access game, so these things will be corrected in the future. You can't really hold cons against an early access game, especially when the developer is continuously updating it. On a final note, I just want to say that I think once this game is completed and the developer implements everything that he wants to add into it, I feel like this game is going to be something truly special. It implements so many styles of gameplay that I feel like it's almost created a new-ish genre of game, and I feel like it will provide a ton of hours of gameplay for you and your friends. And I think that is going to call it for this video. Hopefully I have given you enough information to decide on whether or not that this game is worth your time and investment. Before I go, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for all of your support. Please check out my Patreon page if you would like to help support this channel. The link for that is in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy and you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.